Garnacho with Fabrizio Romano talking about his demands, of course, about how he's, let me go to Chelsea or let me sit here and rot for 12 months or what have you. He said that Chelsea have stepped up their talks for Alejandro Garnacho. Club-to-club discussions with Manchester United are now underway. Garnacho only wants Chelsea. Personal terms are agreed and the clubs are in negotiation over a fee. Personal terms you think have been agreed for a while. He's only ever wanted Chelsea, turned down moves to the likes of Bayer Leverkusen, Napoli and others. Garnacho is expected to become a Chelsea player this summer, according to Romano. The move feels pretty certain. It's just a case of how much. According to Romano in his YouTube video last night, he said Chelsea and Man United are in active conversations trying to reach this agreement on the transfer of Garnacho. Clubs, as I mentioned, from Saudi, Italy, Germany tried for Garnacho, but he only wants Chelsea. This was something that James mentioned actually several weeks ago, saying that Garnacho had really stonewalled any move to anywhere else around the world. It's not as if he didn't have offers this summer, but he only wanted Chelsea. He's only wanted Chelsea since the winter. The agreement on personal terms is 100% done. And of course, there was that quote which got a lot of people fired up last night, didn't it? His message to Manchester United, according to Romano, is I want Chelsea or I stay here and I don't play football for 6 to 12 months, basically saying I'm going to go there at some point. So
yeah, and I think like Dylan was saying yesterday, like that's not the quote from his mouth, like he's done a sit down.
No.
Well, I've told them I either go there or I stay here for 6 to 12 months and don't play. That's the paraphrasing of understanding.
That's a Romanoism.
It's a Romanoism because essentially that is what Garnacho is saying. When he's saying, because when he was like, Garnacho and Manchester United is officially over. There is no way back. He will not play for Manchester again. Like, that's just, it's over. He's never going to be able to play. So that's why also when Ruben's saying happy to have these guys back, absolutely lying. You know what I mean? Never going to happen at all if any of these players stay past the window. I think we'll be really busy deadline day, I don't think we're going to get all this done like calmly and comfortably before, even through to the Baleba thing, maybe a late doors for a keeper that we ain't heard of or didn't really know, you know what I mean? Something like, I think that because I think in the final week / final 5 days / into the deadline day, the outgoings of what we need, the Anthony, the Sancho, the Garnacho, maybe the Rasmus. I just think they'll happen, but they're gonna happen late.
And then when they start to happen, like you said, then have other conversations. Go, we've actually got this little bit of money left over. Do we want to?
Let's just try. Let's get him on a loan. Let's get him on an initial loan to the end of the season with an option to buy for this because we can't.
And then, like you said, there might be some bids for players that we haven't even really spoken about or thought about 100%. Yet. But because like there's money left over towards the end, like you said, these other exits have happened. They go, actually, we couldn't get Donnarumma, but I tell you what, we can maybe get him. Or actually, this Donnarumma thing. He still hasn't. Should we put a loan in? Should we just see what happens? Should we just put a loan in?
Things start happening. Yeah, mad shit starts happening in the final 12 hours. And I think. Normally, we're not. I mean, January, look at that. The state of that was, terrible.
There might be money left over for January. In fairness, we might have a busy January because there's money left over as well. Usually, we don't have a busy January, but there might be money left over for that. And to be fair, look, when it comes to this Garnacho thing, I don't really care. This thing about he's gonna. We knew he was leaving.
He's gonna leave. Yeah, he's gonna leave.
He's leaving at the end of the season. Yeah. He wants to move to Chelsea for whatever reason. I say Man United actually. Call his bluff a little bit with it and say, not only do they sell him to Chelsea, go, tell you what, Chelsea, then we'll have a 25% sell-on clause because I don't think he'll be at Chelsea that long, if I'm being totally honest. Not because it won't work out.
Need to do that. I think
Chelsea do. And, if he's not playing as much as he wants to play, which he might not at Chelsea, he'll throw his toys out the pram again. And, so Chelsea will move him on. Because Chelsea move everyone on. Their contracts, obviously, look, I know they got those like 10-year deals and a lot of people have them there, but they can only leverage that if a player's basically successful. So in the case of Cole Palmer, he's not going anywhere for the rest of his career because he's really good. But in the case of someone like, Disasi, they got him on a really long contract, he's gone. They'll get rid of him. So I think that'll be the same with Garnacho. Go there, might be there for 2 or 3 seasons, and whatever fee Chelsea get. And Chelsea always get a good fee. Let's profit off Chelsea's good ability to sell players in the future. So, get him his move to Chelsea. Yeah, they'll do all right there. Chelsea, good team.
But honestly, I think he'll be fine at Chelsea. I think they'll be on
Garnacho.
They'll win Garnacho. I think they'll do really well. I do. I think he'll do fine at Chelsea. Joe Dawson says, "Is our homegrown players in starting my 11 since? Is our homegrown players in starting my 11 since 30s going to diminish?" Oh, right. Okay, the homegrown players in our 11 because we've got starting 11. Yeah, I mean because Cobby's not really going to be starting, is he? Homegrown. Well, Luke Shaw's going to be starting. But then he's not homegrown for us. He's Southampton. Yeah, potentially. Yeah. If Cobby doesn't start many games, then Chido's not really going to start.
I mean, does he? Does Chido count? Are we signed for the cut-off point?
I think we might have. He signed him when he was 17. Is it? I don't know.
Those people like Siki Kone, do they count? Yeah,
like you said, Mainu the only one. If we get Belabor, would he and Mainu?
The records of about the thing is in the match day squad, isn't it? The record.
Yeah, it's in the squad, not in the starting 11. Yeah, and that is still the case.